Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
All right, sorry, I'm getting myself set up here with the presentation. Present, here we go. So, Allison, you're joined as a participant. Unfortunately, video is turned off for everyone except the panelists. I do apologize about the confusion for that tonight. And I'm going to just share.
Okay, Chris, it looks like we had 5 attendees, so why don't we go ahead and get rolling?
Getting there right now, Jade. Hey guys, well, thank you for joining HYP's new member webinar. My name's Christopher Lukshik. I'm the one who put together the presentation, and we're here for Harrisburg Young Professionals for the Live, Work, and Play. So I introduced myself. I'd like to turn it over to Jade Honey to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. So good evening, and I'm so sorry for the delay in start. We were having some technical difficulties. I think that's the theme for the last year. But as Chris said, I'm Jade Honey. I am the Vice President of the HYP board and also the e-board representative for the membership committee. So thanks all for being here. I'm a long-term Harrisburg resident, and I work at Penn State Health.
Thank you so much, Jade. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Keaton Makeit, one of our guest speakers. He is the Economic Development Committee co-chair.
Keaton, I don't think we can hear you. So it looks like Keaton might be having some technical difficulties. Let's roll into the next.
Absolutely. So Corey Ann is also one of our guest speakers. She is the Outreach Committee co-chair. Corey Ann, would you like to just take it away?
Hey, everyone. My name is Corey Ann Catalano Alexandre. I am a co-chair for the Outreach Committee. I've been, this is now my 3rd year chairing the committee. And I am no longer a resident of Harrisburg, but I do work in the city. So.
Thank you so much, Corey Ann. Not mentioned on here is Limond, and Limond is my co-chair for the 2021 committee for membership. Limon, you would like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So again, my name is Lehman Tyre. I am Chris's co-chair of the membership committee. New to HYP, new to this chair position. Been a resident of Harrisburg for a little while now, currently working at Members First Federal Credit Union at Eisenhower. So feel free to stop by.
Awesome, Lehman. Thank you very much. Keaton, let's give you a try one more time here.
Are we good? I was not a panelist the first time.
Oh,
Am I a panelist now?
you are.
Sick. I'm on Zoom 10 hours a day, and then naturally. Hey, at any rate, I'm Keaton Macon. I'm one of the 3 chairs for the Economic Development Committee. Our mission is really twofold. First part is to develop our members professionally. So we have exclusive events for HYP members. And secondly is to really develop businesses inside of the city and create a space for foot traffic to experience new businesses and services within Harrisburg. So Chris, thanks so much for having me, man.
Keaton, thank you so much for being a part of this. Love to have you guys here. And thank you to all the attendees who are out there. Appreciate all of you guys. If you have any questions at all during the presentation, drop them into the chat. We will make sure to get all of your questions answered as we go along here. There's going to be a Q&A session at the end of the presentation as well, too. So you have any questions about Harrisburg, HYP, just let us know. We're here to help. So just kind of a quick overview. We're going to talk about HYP and Harrisburg City as a whole. We're going to talk about the stuff that we do within Harrisburg and how we make Harrisburg a better place to live, work, and play. And like I said, there's going to be a Q&A coming up as well, too. So just kind of showing you some of the fun activities that we do here in HYP. Once things get back to normal, social gatherings are going to absolutely be a thing. But we do everything from sports to professional development to socials, networking, and all kinds of different activities that we have for you guys. So about HYP, HYP was founded in 1998. Our mission is that HYP serves as a catalyst in making Harrisburg a better place to live, work, and play while developing and retaining future leaders. All leadership serving in HYP is 40 years of age or younger. HYP has 9 standing committees along with 1 partnership committee, which is our Toastmasters committee. And we have served the community through numerous service projects and access to sports leagues, just to name a few. One of our biggest philanthropic endeavors that we do is the Forester Street cleanup, as well as what's the 5? Does anyone know what the 5K is? Sorry, I can't remember. What do we
5
call it?
miler.
The 5 miler. Yes, thank you so much, Corianne. For this slide here, Keaton, since you're kind of our economic development expert here, did you want to touch on some of the numbers for Harrisburg City?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Thanks for the platform. This slide's pretty amazing to me. I, like Jade, am also a Harrisburg native. Grew up here, born, raised, left, and then somehow found myself back here professionally. So I guess I'm kind of a boomerang here. But at any rate, so Harrisburg, PA was ranked 97 on the Forbes Best Places for Business and Careers in 2019. Pretty surprising that we beat out Pittsburgh, where I went to school, Allentown, Lancaster, York, and Reading. So when you look, especially Pittsburgh and Lancaster, when you think about this statistic here from Forbes, it's pretty remarkable about little old Harrisburg, my hometown. So some pretty cool things. It's ranked number 7 in the real estate market, beating Denver, Colorado, of all places. Relatively low unemployment. You can see some figures here on median household and growth. Kind of cool to see Harrisburg develop in my time being born in the city and then out. The median house list price, which again to me is astounding, is average median is 262 with a really strong 5-year wage growth rate. If I think about Harrisburg maybe 1 or 2 decades ago, it was nowhere near that. So I'm very pleasantly surprised to see again, Star City, Pennsylvania, really, really growing. That's very cool. Any questions on this? Again, I'm still a little blown away by this slide, but very happy that we're certainly moving the trajectory in the right direction.
I was actually surprised that we were ranked number 7 in real estate markets for 2021, and that data does come from realtor.com. So I thought that was really cool, just to know that little tidbit that Harrisburg is in fact a growing area, not only just for businesses, but for people who want to live here as well too. We'll go ahead, guys, again, put your questions in the chat. We're here to answer them as they come along, but we're going to move along to the next slide here. So Corey Ann, why don't you talk about outreach and all the great things that you guys do?
Gladly. Thanks, Chris. So outreach, our focus with this committee is really giving back to Harrisburg. We do this through different volunteer events that we have throughout the year, and also just raising money for local charities in the city. We do have an upcoming event that I want to give Keaton a shout out for. He came to us with this really great idea to do a challenge at the food bank where we're going to do teams, groups of people. They're going to compete against each other to see who can fill the most distribution boxes out. It's just going to be a fun way for us to get together as a group, volunteer, and give back to the food bank. Along with this event, in September, we'll have our 5-miler race, and that is an event that we do 5 miles for 5 charities, one of them being the Outreach Initiative. The other 4 are all local charities. This year, it's going to be, we have Wild Heart, Keystone Warriors, Make-A-Wish Food Truck, which is who we are partnering with for this event. And the 4th one is slipping my mind right now. But there are 4 great charities that will be giving money to this coming September, hopefully. Do plan on having that be an actual in-person event, but obviously we will have to wait and see and make a call when it gets closer to the time of the race. But we have plenty of events going on throughout the year. We try to get involved with a lot of other charities right now and just kind of supplying them volunteers since we can't do anything in person. So if there's something that you want to do that we don't have lined up, shoot us an email and we'll figure out a way to get involved in it.
Awesome, Michelle, or Corey Ann, excuse me. Thank you so very much for joining.
No problem.
We did have a real quick question that I just want to touch on that came in from Michelle McKenna, asking, do you have to live in Harrisburg to be a part of HYP? And this is just a real quick one here I know that we can touch on. Keaton was kind enough to give an example in chat that he lives on the West Shore. I live in New Cumberland, so no, there is absolutely no requirements that to be a part of HYP, you have to live within a certain area or a certain district of Harrisburg to be a part of this. And Corey Ann, I'm really looking forward to the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank Challenge. I've been volunteering there since May. I think it's going to be so much fun for us to do that and really just show all the other organizations in the area how much better we are than them.
Well, our plan is in the future to, obviously this will be our first run at this May 1st. And our plan is in the future to actually start challenging other local organizations. So we want to see, you know, I know Keaton, what is the organization that your fiance is involved with?
Junior League of Harrisburg.
Yes, Junior League of Harrisburg. We had mentioned reaching out to them, YPOC, and I'm sure there's plenty of others that we can try to get on board with this. And we kind of wanted to see if we can make it into like a fun tournament where we're competing for a trophy and, you know, we're going to win because we're the best. So
Yeah.
But we hope to really make this a reoccurring event with them.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Keaton, what do you have for economic development? Tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and what you're responsible for within HYP.
Yeah, happy to talk about our team. So we have an awesome committee. Again, we really focus on two areas: members and their professional development, and then we also focus on driving foot traffic to businesses. In fact, this Saturday, for a pretty selfish plug, what we're doing is something new this year called our MVP Showcase program. So our membership value program. What we do is we highlight businesses in the city, and what we try to do with this event is to drive our members to go experience something new and support the businesses that are supporting HYP. So one of the things that we've really been proactive on, and we're very proud of, is the fact that we've been going around the city of Harrisburg and working with local businesses to try to get our members exclusive discounts to their goods and services. Cian's Caribbean Kitchen, which is located on 202 Market Street, is having an event this Saturday. It's called A Taste of the Island. Cian's actually a Harrisburg native, graduated from Central Dauphin East, like Jade and myself, and came back to Harrisburg after spending some time down in Florida, learning the culinary arts, to bring her experience back into the city. So very cool. It's going to be a great showcase. It is in Allison Hill. Sun's going to be high in the sky. It's going to be an excellent event. It might be a little cold, but rain or shine, the food that Cian prepares is fantastic. I strongly recommend if you're going for breakfast, her pastelitos are excellent. If you're going for lunch, both her jerk chicken and her oxtail are delightful. I've been there multiple times. I strongly recommend her, not only as a person, but I recommend that you experience her business. So that's one of the many things that we're doing on economic development. Again, our mission with the MVP Showcase is really to try to encourage business owners to not only give back to HYP, but to help Harrisburg realize entrepreneurship when it's being actualized. And I think we're doing this with the MVP Showcase.
I love it, Keaton. So food aside, because I know that you've got some great dish recommendations there. What was one of the big standouts for Cian's?
Yeah, I mean, outside of her personality, one of the cool things about the venue is that it's a little unique in a sense where it's outdoor dining. So what she's done, I think this idea is brilliant because this is what takes place in Philadelphia, Baltimore, and some other larger cities, is that there's an outdoor dining space, and it's unique in a sense where she's essentially parked a food truck on a property. And I like it because it's a little bit entrepreneurial. She's parked a food truck on the property, but what she's done is she's created an outdoor venue space in Allison Hill where people can come. There will be live music. They're putting an awning on top of it to protect it to protect her clients and customers when it's raining and during the elements. She has a fire pit. They're planning to do a movie night against this beautiful stone wall they have in the back. She's really, really business savvy. So all of these things together really impressed me with Cian and her vision of how she can improve Allison Hill and Harrisburg in general. I was pretty impressed.
Awesome. Well, Keaton, thank you so very much. We're going to move on here.
Yeah.
So, guys, please, again, as you come up with questions, don't hesitate to drop them into the chat here. I have already gotten some questions in for my panelists here. Oh, excuse me. I went a little too far here. Now I have to remember how to go back. My apologies about that. So, Corianne, a lot of the questions that I've gotten so far, not only just today, but from past events that we've done like this, what are some ways to serve the Harrisburg community?
So we do a lot with the youth in Harrisburg. We have a junior sports program that we put on at Sylvan Heights. We also we call it Refresh Harrisburg. It's a event that we put on with the kids at the Salvation Army summer camp each year. Teach them the basics of a business, marketing, all that kind of stuff. And they get to pick a charity where they donate a portion of their proceeds to. And they actually get to keep a portion of the proceeds for themselves that they make off of selling their goods. We do it around downtown Harrisburg typically. And this year AJ and I were kind of brainstorming on how we can do it since no one's working downtown anymore. So I think if we can do the event, we're going to try to do it at a Senators game this year to give the kids an opportunity, one, to go to a Senators game, and two, to still be able to participate in this event, because sadly we had to cancel it last year. Some other things we do Habitat for Humanity. We volunteer at actual job sites, and we also volunteer at the Restore location, which is where they sell things that like extra materials that contractors will donate to them. They sell that, and then they turn around and use the funds to fund their building projects. We've done stuff with Downtown Daily Bread in the past, other homeless shelters, kind of whatever needs us in the city, we try to help them the best we can. And like I said, if there's something that you're super interested in, super passionate about, we will try our best to figure out a way to get involved as a committee, or at least connect you with someone that can help you get involved with the organization.
Sorry, I left myself on mute. You did such a good job. I was so excited to chime in to unmute myself. The thing is that there's so many awesome service organizations within Harrisburg. Even just, apart from what you mentioned right there, there's Dresser Success, Tide. What's the male counterpart to that?
I know it's with Classic Community
Careers, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's all kinds of awesome service opportunities within HYP to be a part of that. We do have another question here that's coming in. So what are the time obligations required to be a part of a committee for HYP? Actually, I'm going to turn this over to Jade. Jade, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. So I think, HYP and your involvement in HYP is really what you make it. And so there's a multitude of committees that you can join. You can check out one, you can check out all, you can check out just a handful. But really it's a matter of what committee you'd want to join and how much time you would want to dedicate to it. Some dedicate more than others, but it just depends on what schedule you have and how much time you have to commit. Generally, the minimum amount of commitment would be a committee meeting, which generally happens once a month. And then we have leadership meetings if you wanted to join a position of leadership once a month. And then in a normal year, we have probably at least 5 to 10 events per month. And so it's completely up to you on whether or not you would want to stop by. Leomond is a brand new co-chair in membership. And that was one of the questions he brought to the table. And I really said to him, it's completely up to the person and how much they want to be involved and how much extra time they want to give. Obviously, committees like Corian's, where outreach is putting on a ton of events and they do a ton of volunteer work. There's a slew of opportunities to get involved. But whereas membership, we generally meet on a monthly basis, but it's not as much time because we're not hosting in-person events right now. We will get to that at some point, but not right at this moment. So it really just depends on, how much you want to put in, because truly it's about you being a volunteer and about you getting the professional development out of it that you want.
Yeah. I'd actually be interested in hearing from Leomond right now. So I know that you're a newer member. You've just taken on the role of a co-chair. What are some of your initial thoughts of HYP and just the feedback that you have from what you've observed in the organization so far?
Yeah, so being on the co-chair, it's been a great experience so far. Just to give your kind of input on different things on how we can, try to get new members out of here and keep the existing members that we have here. So your input does go a long way being in the committees. You guys have these committee meetings and you just kind of, it's just kind of like an open forum where you're just kind of giving ideas on different things we can do, different events that we can do. And it goes a long way. It definitely, it's definitely not, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's great. It's been a great opportunity so far. Like I've been in the position so far for a couple weeks now. Had a few meetings so far, just gave my input, and that input is taken seriously and it's actually put into play. So it does go a long way with everything that you can provide and the ideas that you give. So
Yeah, and just to kind of even expand out on that further, we had people who showed up to our membership committee meeting last night who have, as far as I know, not really participated in HYP outside of that first event. And right off the get-go, we were asking for their input. What do they think of some of the ideas that we have? What do they see as potential hurdles for us? And Jade wrote it all down. She soaked it in like a sponge. It was awesome to watch. So you don't have to be a part of this organization for 5-10 years before someone's going to take your ideas seriously. We want to hear it, and we want to hear it right now, and we want to act upon it. Let's see what else we have here. Keaton, could you talk about some of the career opportunities that you've seen in the area, and if you've seen HYP benefit from, or HYP members benefit from those career opportunities?
Yeah, I guess you could have prepped me with this question earlier today, but happy to take that. No, I got it. I got an answer for that. So yeah, to be honest with you, I ended up meeting an individual at one of these new member socials last year, prior to COVID. And, after I had met him, I got into the business, of starting another business. And I needed a lender in order to do that. So he worked at a bank. And sure enough, I ended up working with him, and now my other company banks with them. I've gotten a mortgage through this individual, but it's pretty interesting because this guy's I say young man because I'm 30, but this guy's a young man in his mid 20s. And all of a sudden he's getting business opportunities left and right just because he sparked up a conversation, which is pretty cool, and maybe a little bit less on the business aspect of this. But I've met people in HYP, Chris, and everyone else on the call. I've met people in HYP that I've become really, really close with. And in fact, I'm getting married in a few months, and people that I didn't know prior to HYP are coming to my wedding. We're doing things, double dates and getting together with these folks. So it really is it has a strong networking capacity, both on the professional side, which is what Chris was asking, and on the friend side. So it's actually been pretty dynamic in both spheres.
And you touched on an interesting point there, Keaton. I really see, a lot of people like myself, I came out here for the professional side of it to work on my networking skills. And there are people that I've met here that I wouldn't even consider them a professional connection anymore. They're very much a personal friend. It's true. At least for me it is. Jade, I do have a question for you if you're willing to take one. It is
Always.
perfect. So it's a question about Harrisburg and also about HYP. So what are Harrisburg's and HYP's future plans and infrastructure looking like?
So are you talking about HYP in conjunction with the city of Harrisburg, or HYP in general?
It sort of came in as it sounded like the question came in kind of, and sorry, whoever submitted that question, if you want to just provide a little bit more clarification here, but it sounded like it was Harrisburg and then HYP.
Sure. I mean, I think everybody is aware that Harrisburg is about to undergo a mayoral race. And so we have partnered, as we always have, with the Chamber and CREDIC to host the mayor's debate. I'm not a Harrisburg resident, city resident. If you look just 4 blocks that way, you can see the city. So I won't be able to vote in the race, but it's a really good partnership that we have with the chamber and CREDIC, and it helps to foster, the growth of the overall growth of Harrisburg, and particularly, Keaton's committee is quite helpful in that, because ultimately the economic development is the pivotal point and where Harrisburg is able to turn things around. So HYP was founded with some of the members that are absolutely essential and vital folks to the growth of the city of Harrisburg and the future of Harrisburg. In fact, one of our past presidents is now a sitting president of the Harrisburg Chamber Board. And so as Harrisburg undergoes Harrisburg 2025 and 2030, I know that HYP has been to the table for those growth conversations. And as we continue to expand the organization and hire for an executive director, I know they will be at the table for those conversations. And as for HYP, we continue to expand and grow our relationships among the businesses that and organizations that are around the Harrisburg area. I think Corey Ann touched on that a bit. We're deeply invested in the organizations that are abundant throughout the city of Harrisburg, but also the region of Harrisburg. And I think that shows the expansion of HYP over the last couple of years, because we're able to talk about more than just the businesses and organizations just within the city limits of Harrisburg. We can talk about relationships with other businesses and organizations outside of Harrisburg. And the food bank is a really great example of that. So any other questions? Chris, anything else you wanted me to touch on?
Oh, sorry, Jade, had to unmute myself. I think that is going to take care of it. If we have any additional follow-ups, I'm happy to continue back on that.
Keaton, do you have anything to add, particularly as the co-chair for economic development?
I always have something to add, but yeah, sure. So I recently got dinner with a past president of HYP, and you said something that hit pretty hard, and that was the time that you spend here in this role, giving back and volunteering, it goes pretty quickly. Jade, you could probably attest to this. I mean, a year goes really, really fast, and kind of when you look back in November and December and reflect on what you've done as an individual to, quote unquote, improve your slice of the pie that you can control, time goes very fast. So he recommended that we try to do as much as possible with the time that we're given to improve the city. Now, most of us probably weren't born here, but we're on this call, so there's some tether to Harrisburg right now. So with the limited valuable time that we have and the capacity to give back and volunteer, I think it really is important to try to find a way to make Harrisburg a better place to live, work, and play, or try to find some ability or capacity in the next, it's already mid-March here, but the next, 8 months to try to really give back. And when you reflect back on what you've done for Harrisburg or your slice of the pie in December, you can say, hey, I accomplished X, Y, and Z, and I made a difference in these 2 people or 3 people's or these organizations' lives. So that really hit home to me, and it's a little bit bigger than economic development, but I don't know. We just have such a finite time here. Let's do whatever we can to really build up the city and make a difference for individuals and the businesses that are in Harrisburg.
Awesome, guys. Does anyone else have anything else that they'd like to add to that? Okay, and guys, again, if you have any questions, we'll give you another couple minutes here to drop those into the chat for us. While we do, Keaton, I apologize. I'm just looking at this slide right now. I still have the arts at hyp.org. I completely missed that. if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to membership@hyp.org, outreach@hyp.org, or Keaton, is it ecdev@hyp?
Ooh, it is development@hyp.org.
Okay. And I will make sure to put on here an updated copy. So everyone who registered for the event will get a copy of this presentation. I will update it for you, Keaton.
We also post our presentation to our YouTube channel, but I do see that Michelle just asked which of all of us are Harrisburg natives. And so it really depends on how you define Harrisburg native, but I'm going to go ahead and define myself as a Harrisburg native.
Born and raised.
Keaton's already, yeah, he's born and raised. Limon?
Yeah, I've been in Harrisburg for about 16 years, so I would say the same.
Okay, I'm going to be the oddball out here, and I was born and raised in Dillsburg, which it's 30 minutes out, 20 minutes outside of Harrisburg. So I've always grown up in central Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, the bridges really do create that east-west shore boundary. So I did not get over to Harrisburg much until after I was in my 20s and into my 30s now. But I definitely know the area fairly well. And that's a great question, Michelle. So with that right here, again, everyone's going to get a copy of the presentation. These are all the committees that we have at the moment. And if you guys have any questions at all, one last shout out here for opportunity for questions. We'll give you guys another 30 seconds here. Does anyone else on the panel have anything that they want to add before we start wrapping up?
I've added into the chat, while we've been talking here, different links. So links to our Facebook page, links to our membership page, links to our committee pages. And so anything, any questions you have, please reach out. Take a look at our website, take a look at our social media. Our marketing team does a phenomenal job. You'll probably see a little snippet of this hopefully on social media tomorrow. But if you have any questions, please reach out. I know that Chris and I always make ourselves readily available to anybody that's looking to join. And I did put a link into the membership portal. So if you wanted to join, there's information there on how to sign up, and it's only $40 a year. So it's pretty affordable. And there's ways that you can reduce that hopefully within the next year. So
yeah,
add that little teaser in there.
Exciting news to come. All right, Jade, thank you so much. I just want to give a big shout out again to all the panelists who came out. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for this hour that you were willing to give back to the organization and to the potential new members here who had questions about HYP and about the city of Harrisburg. And again, to our participants, thank you so much for joining in on this call. I really appreciate you guys. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us. We're here to help you guys. With that being said, I'm going to wish everyone a wonderful evening.
You crushed it. Great meeting.
Thank you.
Did a great job.
Take care, everyone. See
Have
ya.
a good night.
See you guys.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.